Hey, welcome back. If you're just starting in merchant services, there's a good chance that you're overcomplicating everything. You might be thinking, what if I don't know how to set up an account? What if the merchant has a complicated POS system? What if I don't have all the answers yet? I get it. I had the same thoughts when I started. I thought I had to know everything, how different processors worked, what hardware to recommend, how to handle integrations. I spent way too much time trying to learn all of the back end details instead of doing the one thing that actually makes money in this business: selling. Then one day, I walked into a local restaurant and struck up a conversation with the owner. He was frustrated with his payment processing fees, and I knew I could help him. But then he started asking technical questions. Will your system integrate with my POS? What about my online orders? Can I accept tap to pay? In that moment, I had two choices. I could panic and get stuck and try to explain the technical side of things and probably lose the sale, or I could do what top closers do. I could take control of the conversation and can sell the outcome, not the process. So I told him exactly what I want you to tell every merchant that you talk to. I can absolutely help you. Let's sit down, go over your processing, and I'll make sure you get the best solution for your business. That's it. That's all I said. I didn't try to explain integrations. I didn't talk about terminals. I didn't talk about software updates because at the end of the day, I didn't need to know the answer right then. I just needed to close the deal and figure out the rest later. And guess what? I closed that account. And when it came time to handle fulfillment, I worked with my ISO to get the right setup in place because that's how this business works. You sell first and then you figure out the logistics. Sales is the essence of merchant services. Let's talk about what merchant services really is. Most new agents think they're in the credit card processing business and their job is to offer lower rates, help businesses accept, lower payments and make sure transactions go smoothly. But your job is marketing and sales. Your business is sales and marketing. Merchant service is just the vehicle. It's just the product you're selling. But at the core, this business is about getting in front of a business owner, earning their trust, and closing deals. Every industry has salespeople. Real estate, insurance, software, they all have salespeople. And in all of those industries, the ones who make the most money aren't the ones who know every technical detail about the product. The highest paid people are the ones that know how to sell. If you go into a sales meeting going like in like a processor trying to explain interchange, you'll lose the deals to the agent who goes in and just sells. Happens every time. So what's the real product of merchant services? It's not terminals, it's not software, it's not POS, it's not cash discount or dual pricing. The real product is trust and certainty. That's what you're selling. Business are not looking for a new processor. They're looking for someone to take this off their plate, solve their problems, and make their life easy. The second you realize that, everything changes. You stop seeing yourself as a rep for a processing company and start seeing yourself as a trusted business advisor, and that's when you start to make the real money. Your only job at the beginning is to sell and market. So many new agents get stuck thinking they need to be an expert in everything before they start selling. That's just an excuse. Don't do it. The only thing you need to master when you're starting out is how to generate leads and how to close deals. You don't need to know every technical detail, I promise. You don't need to understand every processor. You don't need to understand every POS system. Your job is incredibly simple. Find business owners who need better payment solutions, position yourself as the expert, sell them on why working with you will improve their business, and that is it. That is how you build wealth in merchant services. Not by memorizing equipment manuals, but by closing deals. And I'll say it again because it's that important. You can always figure out fulfillment later. If a business owner asks about specific pieces of equipment or fulfillment, you just tell them that you can help them with it because you can. There's always another processor or an ISO that will work for them, and we have different partnerships to make that happen. You just need to be the bridge between the problem and the solution. When I first started, I didn't have everything figured out either, but I focused on selling, building my portfolio, and learning what I needed to do. As I went though, not all at the beginning. Stay laser focused on one vertical. I see a lot of agents doing this. They try to sell to every single business under the sun. One day they're pitching a restaurant, then a dentist, then an e-commerce store. What happens when you do that is you never become an expert in any industry. So you cannot speak the language of the business owners. You don't know the specific pain points. You don't understand their needs, and you don't have a proven offer that works for them. But when you focus on one vertical, everything changes. You start to see patterns, the same objections, the same challenges, the same opportunities. You learn how to answer questions before they even ask them. You develop a repeatable pitch that closes deals faster and easier. I had a friend in this industry who started out just like you and me, bouncing between industries, struggling to land deals, and then he decided to go all in on restaurants. He learned everything that he could about processing, pain points, tips, surcharges, about how cash discounting could save thousands of dollars a year, and guess what? He started closing deals like crazy, because when you become a specialist, business owners trust you more. They see you as the go-to expert in their industry, and that means they're way more likely to sign with you instead of shopping around. So if you take nothing else from this lesson, take this. Pick one industry and dominate it. The bottom line: keep it simple and sell first. Keep it simple, stupid, right? We always joke about that. You don't need to be a tech expert. You don't need to have all the answers today. You just need to get in front of business owners, show them the value of working for you, with you, and learn how to close the deal. Because if you don't sell, you don't make money. If you spend all your time researching instead of processing, you're going to stay broke. If you're constantly worried about what if the merchant asks something, or what if the merchant asks that, instead of getting out and having conversations, you're never going to build the residual income. So start right now. Take action. Pick an industry. Take calls, make calls, set meetings, get going. The rest will take care of itself. Now, go down to the next lesson, and we're going to start taking care of all of this today. It was a pleasure speaking with you guys today. On to the next course, guys. Let's